Good evening, all. Ira Epstein with your SPDR ETF stock market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for the evening of Tuesday, the 23rd of September, 2025. All right, my friends, today was a day of energies. Yeah, they were the good performers. XLE, OIH, USO, all to the upside nicely. It was a very mixed day in the stock indices with a number of them pulling back a little bit. Tesla finally gave up some money. It hit a high of almost $441 and fell back $15. I think it's getting ahead of itself. Same thing happened in Lilly and NVDA. NVDA hit new all-time highs just recently, and now it's giving a little bit of that back. Amazon getting beaten up pretty good here as the company's having nothing but problems. It's in a lawsuit, a class action suit about how Prime's going to do. We'll see. Micron came out after the market closed. Beat on every number, looking good, getting about a 3% gain in the aftermarket. Netflix, as you know, pulling back. Apple finally pulling back. Haven't seen that in a while. Home Depot still getting beaten up. Restoration Hardware sort of flat right now. So what you're going to get tomorrow, just when you look at everything, and let's get to that news. That's what I wanted to get you to. There we are. You're going to get the Mortgage Bankers Association at 6 in the morning. New home sales data comes out at 9 o'clock. I don't think it's going to be good. You saw Linn, and they were downgrades everywhere by the company. So they're looking for August sales down 0.5%. We know interest rates are falling. We know that the builders have more leeway than an individual homeowner with that. They can do a certain buy down. We'll see. EIA petroleum stocks, well, that comes out tomorrow at 9:30. San Francisco Fed President Daly will be speaking at 3. And Fed Chair Powell today, he was all over the news waves at 11:30 at a Chamber of Commerce, I think it was in Providence, and he took questions and answers, and he was doing really well there. He came out late in the day and said that stocks are highly valued. I did not say overvalued. I said highly valued. And you can see equity prices are fairly highly valued. And then he went on to say this is not a time of elevated financial stability risks. So he balanced the two, but the market paid attention, and you saw the markets pull back a little bit from that. Let's go to the chart action. I don't know why that keeps coming up, but it does. There we are. Let's go right to it. In Copart, you keep making new lows. So you're back down into this area that you held one time. Is it going to let go? It looks like it. The market's showing no sign of a bounce. Lower highs, lower lows, working down. You can see how it's falling apart. So this is not one of those for the person that gave me the cover. I am not looking for a turnaround in this at any time at this point. This chart has a lot more to do before I would see that. You're under and running the Bollinger Band. Whenever you latch on like that, what happens? You develop an embedded reading, typically. You're in the process of doing that, which is even more bearish. Now, yes, it could deny that and just become oversold and give you a bounce, but I don't see any turnarounds on that. Oklo, how do you buy into it and keep a stop that you can live with? So if you throw a dart and you just say, I want to own it, fine. I'm not that type of person. I would wait for pullbacks. Ideally, when you lose the bullish embedded reading, and it always happens, it will happen, you will come in with an area you can buy into, in my opinion. I don't see it right here. Netflix, have you seen how this market's battling between the 100 and the 18-day average in red? The green's the 100. Get up over this, let's call it the 1230 level, and the market could take off, capturing some of the short sellers potentially and getting the market up through there. In UNH, as I mentioned to you the other day, I think this break carried the market as far as it has to go. Now, the real test will come in if it comes back and challenges the 331.41 area, which is the 18-day average of closes. I wish I could tell you it's trending. It's not. It's maintaining upside bias all the way through, which is bullish. In Home Depot, the correction happening. So the market is saying, yeah, the Fed cut rates, it's just not enough yet. That's basically where you're at. Just think, a week ago, you were up here, you were running because the Fed was cutting rates. You've given that all back plus. So you got to look at it in those terms. Robinhood, putting together these funds that are going to do private investments. I mean, they're just a creative bunch of guys going after a segment group that is certainly much younger than I am, but a smart company. I'm very impressed with the company. I like what I'm seeing there. Tesla, to me, is no longer a car company. People are buying it via the robotics and all the other ideas that Elon Musk has. But I am telling you, I am reading that in China, his new car, the revised YL, is doing well. It's getting a following, and that is important because if it does well there, why not bring it to America? That could well happen. So I'm understanding what it's doing, and the cars are doing a little bit better from what I'm hearing. Joby, I'm in love with. The question is how to get long and hold it. So this was the bottom. Now pullbacks down here is something that I'll be on the lookout for. In the financial services, if you take out the lows of Monday of 53.64, I would call that a failure and turning the market back to the downtrend. On a closing basis, I want to see it under there. XLI, you don't want to see now 151.69 taken out. As long as it's not, you've got a still sideways market with an upside bias, but hasn't been able to break out. XLE, denied getting to the Bollinger Band, sort of just hanging right here. Even though all the energies were up today, does that look to you super bullish? I don't see it. And yet I'm hearing people at the end of the day rap, which I love. When the guys are all talking the end of the day, what they see, and these people all put themselves on the line. Well, they're bullish energies. As you can see in gold, that's where I'm bullish still, embedded reading, get a good break, and I'll be looking for my clients to come back into it. Same in the silver market. So these runs have continued. I didn't think the markets were going to have an easy time getting over this high. It has over the past few days. Okay, I'm not bearish. I'm just looking for opportunities in. Same in the copper market. I hear that China is sending a trade delegation to the U.S., by the way, when I mention that, to talk about grains. I'm hearing that they're buying Boeing planes. They're getting ready for another big order. Is there a break in all this? There could be. Although President Trump gave them heck today. He blamed India and China for financing the Russian war by buying Russian oil. He didn't say that they're part of the war. They're buying it. And he went after the Europeans. He was really aggravated. He said, how could they ask to put on tariffs when they're financing by buying Russian energy? And he's so right on that. Lower highs, lower lows, but this is your support zone, the 18-day average in BND. In the dollar, I'm back in the bear camp. So until this market gets up and over 27.44, I think you've opened the door for the lower Bollinger Band, and the flip-flop is true. Unless you take out this low of 108.32, I'm looking for the upper Bollinger Band in the FXE, the euro. So please keep in mind, you can always get our information, our free offers. Just go to IraEpstein.com, and the section is free offers. You can move your cursor up here. There's an icon to take you there as well. Market letters, charting services, special charts, special reports. That's where you sign up for it all. I'm Ira Epstein. You have yourself a great day. I'll catch up with you all tomorrow morning and in the other videos tonight. You take care.